Hi, I'm Coleman from JAXCenter.com, and I'm here today with Roland Kuhn, team lead at ACCA, who also happens to be our lucky winner of the JAX Innovation Award in the category of Best Open Source Technology in 2015. Roland, how does it feel?
Amazing. It's a great honor, and it's been a very exciting journey since I joined the ACCA project. It has been a dream come true for me in so many aspects, and this is now another high point on this journey. This is truly amazing.
Great. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about what makes ACCA such an interesting project and what's made it so successful with the community then.
I think it is an interesting project because it solves a concern that we are having in an increasing fashion, namely that we need to distribute computation across nodes and across CPU cores. So concurrency and distribution are the problems that you run into, and we set out to solve the harder parts of these problems and provide an abstraction that people can build their programs on. And I think what makes our project successful is that the abstraction itself, we didn't come up with it. It was invented in the 70s by Carl Hewitt. It's the actor model. Mm-hmm. This abstraction is a very nice one because it feels a bit like playing with toys, these little actors. It's actually fun writing them, and it's quite inspiring to work like that. But at the same time, the model is also very honest and gives you the exact model for a distributed program that you need. It doesn't hide any essential complexity, and it doesn't introduce incidental complexity on top. So it allows you to concentrate exactly on what it is that you're building. Mm-hmm. And then, well, people want to use it, and it does its job. We also have this reputation that it just works. And this led to the formation of a quite big open source community around ACCA, of enthusiasts all around the world. And these enthusiasts, on the other hand, make the whole project successful, mm-hmm. because that leads to us getting programmers that are really interested in working on it, that want to join our team, all very enthusiastic and driven, motivated by that community. And we get lots of good feedback and also contributions and a lot of cheering on and evangelism from the community.
Great. Okay, so to keep speaking about the community then, we had an interesting response from our special award winner, Netflix. One of the engineers told us that he personally profited from being part of an open source community. How would you say that you and the rest of your team have profited from working on an open source project?
Personally, I mentioned it was my dream to be paid for working on open source. That was long before I even could dream of working and earning money. And when it finally happened, I transitioned from a business which was completely different. I was in the satellite business, working on military projects, and I was not allowed to talk about anything I worked on. And suddenly, I was working in this open source project, and I could tell all the people how amazing it felt to work on it and speak at conferences. And
cool.
That's simply amazing. Mm-hmm. It allows you to let out all this good stuff that's happening to you, basically. And you profit naturally by having a very wide audience see how you perform. And if you do a good job, then many people will notice.
Mm-hmm. Great. So finally, maybe you can tell us a little bit about what's on the roadmap for ACCA in 2015 and ahead.
We are currently in the process of wrapping up the ACCA Streams 1.0 release and ACCA HTTP together with it, which is very much awaited by the community, by TypeSafe's customers, and in general, streams are a big topic, and we worked on it for a very long time, and we're looking forward to finishing that. Because then we want to use that to build other products on top. The next step is that the ACCA persistence module that we have built and released last year is only, let's say, 90% finished. Then the last 10% require the use of streams. This is why we can do that only after streams are finished. There are other interesting things happening. You maybe have heard of the ACA-typed project, which aims at making actor interactions amenable to type checking of the Scala and also Java compilers, where currently you can send any message to any actor. The compiler will then be able to tell you when you do something that is obviously not going to be successful. And people have asked for that a lot. So ACA-typed is something that we will see more of this year. And then we will also develop and mature the cluster tools that we have. We have the cluster sharding, cluster singleton. These are patterns right now that are marked experimental, but we will make them proper constituents. And we will also look into merging Patrick's ACA data replication module, which is an implementation of conflict-free replicated data types into ACA, so that users can use them. It's basically an eventual consistent key-value store for a cluster.
Great. All sounds great. Roland, congratulations again on this, this new feather in your cap. And thanks very much for your time. And thank you all for watching.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.